feel like, oh, I don't even have the song up. I thought I had everything ready, and I do not. What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Justin, and today we're listening to Wind Up by Jethro Tull. Sorry, I wasn't quite sure where to look. Off of their album Aqualung, of which we have been going through for the past few weeks. Hopefully you guys are having a good time. I'm trying to take my song listens of albums a little bit more seriously, trying to organize it just a little bit more. I even started a calendar so I can keep track of which songs are coming out when, which some of you are probably zooming in on, so I'm just going to put that back down. Anyways, you guys can join me on Twitter. You guys can join me in the comments down below. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. And let's do it. This is Wind Up by Jethro Tull.
When I was young and they packed me off to school and they taught me how not to play the game, I didn't mind if they groomed me for success or if they said that I was just a fool. So I left there in the morning with a God tucked underneath my arm, the half-assed smiles and the book of rules. And I asked this God a question, and by way of firm reply, he said, I'm not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. So to my old headmaster and to anyone who cares, before I'm through, I'd like to say my prayers. I don't believe you had the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. Well, you connect, communicate me on my way to Sunday school and have all the bishops harmonize these lines. That I was young and they packed me off to school, and they taught me how not to play the game. I didn't mind if they groomed me for success, or if they said that I was just a fool. So to my old headmaster and to anyone who cares, before I'm through, I'd like to say my prayers. Well, you can excommunicate me on my way to Sunday school, and have all the bishops harmonize these lines. I don't believe you. You had the whole damn thing all wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sunday.
I thought that was really cool, actually. This was almost like not a ballad, you know, not like that kind of ballad, but it did have those sensibilities, especially in the beginning and the end of it. I really like how the guitar just like shredded and ripped through it throughout the meat of the song and like the verses. That was really awesome. I like, once again, Ian in the quieter moments. That's where he shines most, in the acting that he does and in the performance that he puts on, even in a studio version of a song. So, for example, I mean, everyone heard it, but like on the last verse, when he says, "When I was young and they packed me off to school and they taught me how not to play the game, I didn't mind if they groomed me for success." And by that time, he's already spilled his thoughts before. He's just repeating the lines. But when he says success that time, he like spits it out. Like he's like, ugh. he's disgusted of even remembering that time. He doesn't want to even think about it. So I think that is really well done. And like I said, to me, from what I've heard, it's really in those quieter moments that the emotion really comes through. Because don't get it wrong, Mr. Anderson can rip it. He can belt out the notes. There has never been a doubt that he can do that, as we've heard previously on the album. In these more personal songs, that's where I really like feel Ian and his experiences that he talks about and shares with us. I do like how this riff starts off from that soft, piano and acoustic guitar section, because this definitely like kicks it up a few tempos. What even does that mean? It's not necessarily as aggressive or heavy as some of their other songs, but I still feel like it does have that spirit involved. And see, even while the music is a little bit heavier, his voice, when he's singing soft, it still shines. And that's what I enjoy really a lot about their music is, yes, I love Ian. In case you can't tell, I really enjoy just the way that he displays what he's feeling, whether that's through just his voice or how the voice actually carries like his performance and his acting ability. But it's how all the instrumentation around it keeps and continually drives that point home.
Groomed me for success.
I feel like this is a nice song in totality. Really, a lot of these songs feel very personal to Ian, as he talks about growing up and having to go to Sunday school and that kind of thing. And I like how he says, "When I was young and they packed me off to school and taught me how not to play the game, I didn't mind if they groomed me for success or if they said I was a fool." At that point, when you're younger, you're just kind of going along with the motions. You're not really necessarily thinking for yourself. But at one point he does, because he says, "And I asked God a question, and by way of firm reply, he said, 'I'm not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays.'" Like, from the lyrics and from what Ian is saying, he realizes that he doesn't necessarily need to go through these specific motions, maybe traditional means. If he wants to get close to God, then he can find his own way to do that. And he doesn't need to wind him up. He doesn't need to go through these rituals or go to Sunday school or do these specific things that maybe other people are saying he has to do. He can find his own way and do it in his own way. And he even says that they can excommunicate him while he's on the way to Sunday school. Like, he's not worried about them as far as I can tell. Like I said, this is all, just conjecture. He's not worried about what the people believe. He's more concerned with literally what God believes. He even says, like, with their God under my arm, book of rules, and how they're kind of putting on like a face and a smile just because maybe it's Sunday. And he even has the resolve to say, even if you kick me out, even if you don't allow me to come back or whatever, I want you guys to sing this line. I don't believe you. You had the whole thing wrong. He's not the kind you have to wind up on Sundays. And I think that that's pretty much the heart of what this song is trying to say. And now, looking at the title of the song, Wind Up, it all comes together and it makes sense. So I think that's really cool. Like I said, I honestly have not looked into any interviews with Ian or any other information. But from what I'm gathering, he does believe in some sort of spirituality, perhaps some sort of God, but not necessarily through organized religious means. Anyways, what did you guys think of the song? You can join me on Twitter. You can join me in the comments down below. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Bye.